welcome to Imperfect Knots. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial to teach you how to make these beautiful hair scrunchies. They're so easy to make and are just really effective and really pretty. So let's get into it. Okay, so to make our scrunchies, we're going to obviously need our yarn in our colour of choice. Doesn't really matter what yarn you use. I'm using a DK yarn, but you can use a chunky yarn. You can use whatever you want, really, to get the effect that you want for your scrunchie. We're going to be using a 4mm hook. Obviously, if you're using a chunkier yarn, use a bigger hook to accommodate that. Some scissors and a sewing needle to weave in our end. And of course, to start it all off, you just need a regular hair tie. Any old hair tie will do, they all work. So that's everything that you need. So let's get started. So to get started, we need to create a slip knot. So we'll just go ahead and do that and attach that to our hook. Okay, so now we need to obviously attach all of this onto our hair bubble. So the way that I do it is I actually slip it over the end of my hook and then catch it this way. And then obviously make it sit quite flush. And we are going to do a double crochet over that hairband to secure it on, like so. Now I'm working in UK terms, so that would be a US single crochet. And now what we're going to do, holding onto this tail, because we're going to crochet over it as we go round, we are just going to do double crochets all the way round to cover the entire hair bubble. Obviously depending on the size of your hair bubble and depending on the size of your yarn will obviously depend on how many you do. But you want to do double crochets all the way round until the hair bubble is completely full. So to do a double crochet, obviously so go ahead and keep doing that all the way round until your hair bubble is full, and meet me at the end. So when you get to the end of that round and it's all filled in, you're just going to do a slip stitch into that first double crochet, and that is the end of the first round. So to start the second round, we're going to chain 3, and this is going to count as our first treble, and we want to put 2 treble crochets into that first stitch that we slip stitched into, so that first double crochet. So there's 1 and there's 2. And then it is just going to be a pattern repeat all the way round, and we are going to work 3 treble crochets into each of those double crochets on the round below. So that is 3 trebles into 1 stitch. 1, 2, 3. So a reminder to do a treble your yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your treble. So go ahead and work all the way round, working 3 trebles into 1 stitch. Now you're going to find as you start to go round the hairband and you start to insert these trebles that your work is going to start to form the curl that it makes of the scrunchie. So you can see it's slightly starting to curve there already. That is okay, don't try to straighten it or anything like that. You want it to do that, okay? So go ahead, pause the video, work your way all the way round, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so once you've worked your way all the way round and you'll see it's started to form the shape, you want to go ahead and slip stitch into the top chain, into the third chain of that chain 3 that we did, and that finishes off round 1. Okay, so for the next round, same as before, to start, we're going to chain 3, which counts as our first treble, and we're going to put another treble into that first stitch. And then this time round, we are just going to work 2 trebles into each stitch. So as before, we worked 3 into each stitch. This time we are just going to work 2 trebles into each stitch. And you're going to do that all the way round. And again, you're really going to start to see that shape form. So go ahead, pause the video, work 2 trebles into each stitch all the way round, and meet me back at the end and I will show you how to finish these lovely things off. Okay, so once you get all the way round, you're going to slip stitch into that third chain of our chain 3 to close the round, and then we're just going to simply finish. Just pull that nice and tight, chain 1, and again just pull it tight, snip off your yarn, put it through, and then we're just going to weave in this end. And the beauty of this is we only have one end that we have to worry about, which is just fabulous. Now, also again, this is just how I do it. Just find a nice little run of stitches and weave your needle, your sewing needle through like so. And that just secures that in. And then you can go ahead and snip that off. And there you have it. One beautiful hair scrunchie. Enjoy.